Mrs. Milliken. Mrs. Pillier. Mr. Lacasse. Mrs. Curtis. Mrs. Cook. Mrs. Dunn. Mrs. Barrett. Mrs. Buffery. Ms. Jolly. Mrs. Grant. Mrs. Hoffman. Ms. Naggs. Mrs. Shanley. Mrs. Effler. Mrs. Quinn. Mrs. Griffin. Mrs. Lennon. And Mr. Lego. Every single teacher on the 6th grade floor helped with this program. This is one of the reasons why we have them come up here and be honored, and we thank you very much. Okay, we are now going to be celebrating our donors, and we have several that have come. We have many more than the ones that were able to come for our ceremony, but we are glad to have a few of them come up and represent the whole group. And we start with Mr. and Mrs. Updike. Mr. and Mrs. Menard. Ms. Carol Wagner. Mr. Ronald Lagasse. Cheeto. And Chris April. Our next two groups are the ones that have honorable mentions. They were the other groups that actually went, their experiments went all the way to Maryland to be judged. Shannon Praskuskas. Angelina Hagstrom. Caitlin Bouchard. Sierra Antomitis. Lauren Antomitis. William Redding. Dylan Corrigan. Olivia Boulay. Good. How about a hand for our three teams? Hold on, because we have one more person and then it's a photo op. Very good. One more round of applause. We now have certificates for the rest of the groups that actually were selected out of 110 groups. These 15 groups were selected for as finalists. Kaylin Malcolmson. Briar Marini. Gianna Marcella. Jaden Morris. Jared Bankert. Jeremy Colin. Lucas Haddad. Jared Ryle. Adam Testa. Cassidy Becker. Lexi Comden. Ciara Maiden. Emily Rinaldi. Talia Spencer. Jacqueline Valeri. Casey Poirier. Joe Barrows. Devin McDavitt. Joseph Chagru. Joey Belmore. George. Michaela Wells. Daniel Short. Caitlin Echeverry. Andrew Tofa. Jeffrey Baker. Brendan McGoldrick. Isabella Viquera. Justin O'Malley. Daniel O'Malley. Nicholas Gugliota. Selena Dukes. Kiara Dempsey. Joseph Vasconcelos. Caitlin DaCosta. James Bush. Keep moving down a little bit. We still have a few more. Maria Fissian. Evan King. Kylie Megan O'Rourke. Michael Edmonds. And that is the last certificate we have right now, and we want a huge round of applause. Will the teachers want to say a word or two? Absolutely.
I can't miss the opportunity to stand up at a microphone and talk about this wonderful district. I just want to thank the donors. Folks, you made this opportunity for our children happen because of your donations, and I want to thank you for that, and we hope that that continues, because I've got some high school kids that are very upset that they didn't have this opportunity when they were in 6th grade. We've got elementary children that can't wait to participate in this when they move up into the middle school, so we hope that we have your continued support. And we forgot to thank one donor, which was Mrs. Eck. So thank you very much. To the teachers, all of the teachers, this was an integrated approach. This is how we teach the children in the 21st century. Project-oriented learning is very, very important. Do you children, I'm going to ask you something, do you think that you may remember this opportunity for the rest of your lives? Wonderful. That's what this is all about. Congratulations to all the boys and girls.
Video Johnson Star. Welcome to NASA's Johnson Space Center. We are coming in hot, so don't burn us as we enter.
Okay, so just thank you to everybody for coming. Thank you to the donors, everybody who gave money to make this program happen. Thank you to the science teachers. Thank you to all the teachers. And congratulations to the winning group. Just great job. Thank you.
And thank you probably to a future principal, right?
Hello, everybody. I'm Caitlin Echeverry.
I'm Lily Weatherby.
And I'm Maria Fidian.
I'm Cole Schmidt.
I'm Chris April.
I'm David Pacito.
Lindsay Spratt.
So Lindsay Spratt was the mission patch winner. Then Chris, David, and Lily were the ones who actually won the proposal. And then me, Caitlin, and Maria have been the ones like presenting, doing the presentations, and just helping out with everything.
Well, we didn't really know anything about it. All we knew was that we had to come up with an idea that would fit a small tube that would go into space, like an experiment to study that in microgravity, and that's really all we knew when we first got introduced to the topic. Other than that, we didn't really know much. And it was very exciting when Cole, Marie, and I were actually chosen to be people to presentate, and we haven't even done the proposal yet, and yet we were chosen, so that was very exciting for us.
Yeah, and I wasn't even in the top 15, and yet we still none of us won, and yet we were still able to do it. So I think that's pretty special.
Well, I never knew that it would go into space. I never had confidence in our group because I never really knew them very well, other than Chris, but.
We had this pink sheet of paper that had all these lists of stuff that can go into space, and we were researching because our first idea didn't work out as well as we wanted it to. So we were researching, and we found this worm, the Degresia planarian worm, that could regenerate, and on Earth, if you cut it, it would grow back. And we wanted to see if it would have, if we'd be able to do that in space.
My group was we didn't get chosen, but we had we were seeing if salt crystals would grow in microgravity.
Yeah. We were seeing if wolf spiders would grow in microgravity correctly. And our group did, would a strawberry seed grow in a microgravity environment?
First we just wrote proposals, and then those proposals were sent to the science teachers, and even some of the kids got to grade them. And then they chose the top 15, and then from those top 15, that was the top five, then to 3, and then all 3 were sent to Maryland, and 2 came back, and 1 stayed, which was their experiment.
So it was on the morning show that we have on the TVs. It was at the beginning they made an announcement of who won, and we were pretty excited.
I was almost crying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Were you guys a little bit nervous too, or was it
Yeah, because we knew we had to do a lot of stuff, get interviewed like we are now, and
We had to fix our proposal a lot throughout
yeah,
the whole experiment.
We were always after school fixing the proposals, we were changing the time period and what they wanted to do in space, and maybe if we worded this more it would turn out better, and it was busy.
Yeah, and I was disappointed when they just did the top 15 and we weren't in, but I mean, I got to it was just fun because I was just working with some of my friends. We did it for a couple months, so yeah, I was disappointed that I didn't win, but I mean, it was a very fun time, and then I was able to do the presentation, so I had a lot of fun doing it.
And with my team, it was pretty unexpected because our teacher did it by row, so we didn't get to choose our groups at all.
Honestly, since I was the principal investigator, I had to do, I was surprised they liked my idea so much. But honestly, just getting into the top 15 with the group that we didn't even know each other until afterwards was pretty awesome.
Thinking, I remember me and our group were like, we're not gonna win, we're gonna come in last place, but we topped in 15 out of 110, which is pretty amazing. But even if we didn't win, we would still be happy because we got to know people more because, well, we didn't get to choose our groups, so we made new friends. And it was just an experience to remember because doing all the research and working hard, we dodged a lot of obstacles that could have held us back, but in the end, we did a good job.
Yeah, I really agree with Maria because my group was kids that I didn't even know. We chose our groups for a water surface tension experiment, and those ended up being our groups for the SSCP project. So I didn't even know anybody in our group, and now two of those people in our group were best friends.
I think the Dageisha planarian worm is very interesting, and I haven't even heard of that animal, and I'm animal crazy. So the fact that it can regenerate, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, when we were doing the other interview, they said some interesting facts that when you cut off its head, it grows 2 new ones, and I did not know that, and I thought that was very cool. And that it eats,
Smushed
snails.
Yum.
Yummy!
I think it would be a pretty cool experiment to because I don't think anyone's really heard of that. Mostly everyone. And
I know I haven't heard of it.
Well, the tubes, you're only allowed to have 3 substances in it at a time. You can have more, and it has to fit inside the tube, or else you're not allowed to use it. It has to work out because with some projects you have to change it because instead of 3 substances, maybe it needs 5 because it needs, let's say the strawberry seeds needed soil, water, and then something else. Well, then you'd have to choose another one because then you'll automatically know how that's going to turn out. It's not going to live. So you have to make sure it works or else your project isn't going to be fully functioning.
Alright, so we're going to have 2 clamps so there's going to be 3 sections. And so the worm and water is going to be in the middle. And then on the right, the farthest to the right. Yeah, I said that. And then we're going to have a half of a air tablet thing, purifier, that's gonna go in there, and we're gonna have food, I think it's hard-boiled egg that they also eat, and so the astronauts are gonna unclamp those so that they would be able to live and throughout the whole time that they're gonna be up there.
And when it comes back down, they get to observe it and see, did it regenerate? Because if it doesn't, then they have their answer, but if it does, then everyone knows now planarian worms regenerate in microgravity.
They just, the clamps that are on the tube that separate the different sections, all they basically do is unclamp it, or clamp it, or uncap the top. But they don't take notes or anything, they just look at it and see the effects of, or the experiment, the results, and then they'll just send it back.
Well, originally we all had different ideas, but then we all said some things to defend our idea, and we all came up with, no, we don't think it's going to regenerate.
Because of the on humans, they have bone density losses, and their skin regenerates. If you get a cut in space, we know that their skin regenerates on Earth at a certain rate, and judging by that, we don't think that this worm will be able to do the same thing that we do. Because of the bone density losses in space, the worm I don't think has any bones, but that's what judging by that, we think that's what.
So what happens if a human goes up there for ever? They just get really a ball? They just lose all their bones, or
No, that's fine.
So if it doesn't last, if the skin doesn't grow, let's say it was sick or something, if it doesn't grow its head back, how long do you think it can live without a head?
I'm not sure about that. I think it takes about think it was 2 to 3 weeks for it to regenerate its body parts. It launches. Well, we think it's gonna launch on May 1st, but they delay it sometimes. And the patch, the middle school winner and the elementary school winner patches will be up with the experiment.
Patch was individual, so you just individually, you would just draw a patch. So, and like your group wouldn't come up with it. It was just like it was like done everywhere. So each person did one patch, a 3x3 square, I think, and then those picked the then they were just enlarged, but they're gonna be sent up as a real patch, certified, and then come back down. But Lindsay's was the one who won, so I don't know really much about it. But
Lindsay was the middle school, and Guhan Nankandumor was the elementary.
Well, I put in the North Rocket because I know that the Rocketeers are the team for the North Attleboro High School. And then I put in the number 5 on the Space Shuttle because I thought that, well, I think that is the mission number. And then and then I put the SSCP around the Earth for the space program. I was all drawing and then I did like colored pencil over it. Well, it was only an art class, so it was probably about like 40 minutes that it took.
And so everybody made a patch? And then
Everyone.
yeah.
And then there
Well,
were two.
I wasn't able to make one because I was out sick for a couple days, so I had like one day to do it, and I'm not the greatest art person. Like my handwriting's super sloppy, so I mean I'm not very disappointed that I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah.
But everyone in the middle school had a chance, I'm pretty sure, and everyone in the elementary school had a chance to draw a patch. And then from those, from every single school, every single team, there would be one winner for the middle school and one winner for the elementary school.
I really am into like building stuff. I like Lego Mindstorms at my house, and I just like programming and just building stuff. So I enjoy that. And like if we were talking about the space stuff, I wouldn't really want to go into space. Like I know there are like drones now, so like I would rather like build the space shuttle, like fly it, like remotely control it, rather than like go into space. So.
I've always loved science personally, and science is probably one of my favorite subjects, but I want to do a space career. I'd rather do a biology career, like a marine biology career, but this has got me a lot more interested into science and a lot more excited.
Before, I never really liked science because I'm more interested in it now because we've researched like different topics, but we came down to this one. It got me more interested in like animals and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Me personally, I like science, and I used to want to be a space scientist, but then I thought like I got more into helping people, and so I like babysitting because I love playing with kids. Like I'm always around kids, so I decided that if I want to help people and help kids too, then I'd probably better be off being like a pediatrician or something.
Or a teacher?
Or, well, maybe a teacher, yeah. I've always thought about teaching, but...
Yeah,
I like cars and stuff. Like I always want to like design cars and like build them, and like and then I like space. I always like space too. So like there's gonna be like a way to combine those.
So you'll be the first one when we get to when we're like living on the moon. You'll have that car ready for us so we can drive around on the moon.
Car on Mars.
Yeah, I want to go to like RISD when I'm older, and I want to get like, I want to be an artist, but I heard that that's really, really hard to do. So I'm probably gonna I want to be like a therapist then.
I'd like to thank my teachers and all the donors who made this possible, because without them, we wouldn't have been able to take part in this amazing project and get to do what we're doing now. It's amazing.
I'd like to thank our teachers for helping us. Yeah, they introduced it to us, and well, they helped us a lot through it, and as we went through the process, they helped us to pick our ideas and to do the research and all. And I'd like to thank our donors too, because I mean they've been a big help, and
I would like to thank everyone who helped because it's just like the donors, teachers, our parents for letting us do this, and just everyone that helped.
Yeah, I mean, I really, it was, for me, I mean, I really want to thank Mrs. Urban because she, at first, we didn't even know what it was, and then she picked me for, to do the first assembly, and I really enjoyed that. And, I mean, I've always liked science, and I just really like it, so, yeah, thank you.
The superintendent, the principal, Mrs. Murphy, Mrs. Urban, Ms. McDermott, they all helped in a way that helped us get further in this project. And I also, and all the donors to help us get all the stuff that we needed.
Yeah, they're probably the most important people because without them, we never would have been able to do it.
And Mrs. McDermott and Livy. They're pretty cool.
And I'd also like to thank 2 more people. I'd like to thank Mrs. McDermott and Lindsay because she won the Mission Patch winner. She was the Mission Patch winner for Discovery. And Mrs. McDermott because she helped us with our statement. And without her, I don't think even getting in the top 15 would have been possible. So thanks, Mrs. McDermott, if you're watching.
We want to thank each other, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
High five.
Yeah.
High fives.
Five.
And Mr.
Come on, David.